yeah. Yeah. Like, swords up, throw it up, throw it up, throw it up, throw it up. Swords up, throw it 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 up. Like, throw them swords up, throw them swords up. Where you at, where you at? Throw them up, throw them up. Avengers, where you at, where you at? Throw them up, then slice and dice, then slice and dice, then slice, dice, then slice and dice, then slice and dice, then slice, dice. Dani in the house, Avengers in the house, Swords up, turn up, let's get messy, let's get nosy, let's go, give him the tea, give him the news, give him the biz, give him the mess, the mess. Swords up, throw it up, throw it up. Swords up, throw it up, throw it up. Hey, throw them swords up, where you at, throw them up. Avengers, where you at, throw them up, then slice and dice, then slice and dice, then slice, dice, then slice and dice, then slice and dice, then slice, dice. Who gon' check me? I'm playing chess, you playing checkers, checkmate, next caller. Swords up, up. I don't like you, can't stand you. If it's up, then it's stuck, get stuck. Swords up, up. You're mad, you're pressed, got your bothered, got your triggered, Swords up, throw it up. Swords up, throw it up. Hey, throw them swords up, where you at, throw them up. Avengers, where you at, throw them up, then slice and dice, then slice and dice, then slice, dice, then slice and dice, then slice and dice, then slice, dice. Let's go, start the show, symbol, we in chill, let's go, Avengers, assemble. Lights, camera, action, we ready, stay ready. Swords up, throw it up. Swords up, throw it up. Hey, throw them swords up, where you at, throw them up. Avengers, where you at, throw them up, then slice. Yeah.
Tell the haters your biz what cost you. Don't tell them nothing. Don't let them know nothing. Move it silent. Keep it to yourself. Get a seat. Keep it cute. Keep it classy. Keep it moving. Keep them watching. Keep them guessing. Keep them guessing. Keep them hating. I need the fear. Back up. That's none of your biz. Hold up. That's none of your biz. 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 I'm moving in silence. That's none of your biz. I'm moving in silence. I'm moving in silence. Tell a hater your biz will cost you. Don't tell them nothing. Don't let them know nothing. Moving silent. Keep it to yourself. Keep it a secret. Keep it cute. Keep it class. Keep it moving. Keep them watching. Keep them guessing. Keep them hating. They jealous. Say they know it. Pray I fail. Pray I lose. Pray I fall. Not telling you nothing. Not letting you in. Not letting you in my circle. Stay out of my biz. Stay out of my face. Stop asking me questions. You heard what I said. Stop asking me questions. Don't make me get ratchet. Get ratchet. I plead the fifth. Back up. That's none of your biz. Hold up. That's none of your biz. 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 I'm moving in silence. That's none of your biz. I'm moving in silence. I'm moving in silence. You wanna know my plans, my actions, how I move, how I groove, what I'm gon' do, when I'm gon' do it. You wanna know my goals, my steps. You out of my biz. 21 questions. Next question. Skip now, dip. I plead the fifth. Back up. That's none of your biz. Hold up, that's none of your biz. 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 Biz. I'm moving in silence, silence, silence. That's none of your biz, no biz, no biz. I'm moving in silence. I'm headed to the top, can't stop, won't stop. I'm pressure, straight no chaser. Ambitious, go get 'em, I'm hurt, let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm headed to the top, did I stutter, did I mutter, I'm headed to the top, that's where I'm going, gone, no more question. I plead the fifth, back up, that's none of your biz. Hold up, that's none of your biz, that's none of your biz, that's none of your biz, that's none of your biz. I'm moving in silence, silence, silence. That's none of your biz, no biz, no biz. I'm moving in silence, silence, silence. I'm moving in silence, silence, silence. Tell the haters your
Hey Avengers, happy Sunday. Smash that like button on your way in here. Smash that like. Y'all see I have a special guest today. My girl Loki, definitely a day one. Y'all. And let me say something before we get started. Let's be clear. This is not an interview. Hello. This is not an interview. I'm not here to interview Loki, okay? So this is simply, I have to make sure people understand. This is like, it's Sunday morning. This is not no interview. This is simply a space for Loki to clear the air, give her statement, her perspective, whatever she really wants to say. This is just offering a platform. She's here to speak on what happened, as of late, where things stand currently, and to just, give an update to y'all directly. And before we get started, I want to say, yes, I did speak on this myself as well. So it's on my main channel. So I talk about certain things on my main channel, and where I went over things in some detail. And I also played some snippet of this recording everyone is talking about on my main channel. So make sure you also check that out for, that discussion from me. This is simply a time now for Loki. And with that being said, I'm going to give you the floor, Loki.
Well, thank you so much for having me, Dani. Morning, Avengers. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm just here today pretty much on behalf of Val and her family. With everything going on, Val had an incident last night after coming on to do her live. She had a setback. Val actually flatlined for a few. They got her back quickly, but it happened. It's due to the stress. It's due to what she's dealing with, they still can't figure out what is causing her to have the numbness in her body and the pain throughout her body. And she keeps passing out, but we're going to keep Val in prayer. And the family is asking that we try to get some things correct where Val's name cannot be spoken across the platforms, especially not right now. In regards to the recording, Val never had a problem with the recording coming out. Stacy, of course, didn't have a problem with the recording coming out. People are misunderstanding the timeline on some of these things. So we just wanted to have it clear for everyone to know that, number one, I was not on the recording because that keeps coming up. My name, I was not there when the recording was being done. I heard about it after the fact. And within that recording, you guys already heard a piece of some of the things that were going on and some of the things that were said by Val. You have to understand, during that time frame, we didn't know what was happening. There was a lot of confusion going on. There were a lot of tidbits being dropped, a lot of misinformation. and Val was not sure who she could trust in that moment. Later on, when we finally have a talk with Stacy, Stacy started to produce her receipts and we were matching them together. At that point, we started to explain to Stacy the negative things that we said about her, the lack of trust that we had toward her, and how we were side eyeing her. So Stacy is not surprised by the things that she's hearing on this recording. We talked about it. Um, Stacy understood where we were and she accepted our apologies and we were moving on. So if you guys happen to hear any more of the recordings, they just were what they were. And we did our apologies and fessed up to Stacy before we even knew that there was a recording. With that being said, we're just hoping that the YouTube space can just allow Val her chance to rest, her chance to heal, her chance to get better. Because again, this is something that has already happened weeks ago that we dealt with. And it's, happened to come back up now. Also, was a statement about wanting to set Stacy up. That was never the case. Never the case. She always loved Stacy. She just was not sure of what was happening. And she still loves Stacy to this day. And she wants her to get through this too. She know that that's hurting her as well. So we just want the naysayers or people trying to mix things up. There's nothing to mix up. Things were said. Yes, they were. We had the conversation with Stacy. She's very much aware of everything that was said and she understood it and she accepted our apologies. And Stacy even apologized to us for some of her movement because she said she did understand how some of her movement could contribute to how we were thinking about her. So we all just apologized to each other and just decided to move on. So we're just hoping that, again, Val can be left out of this right now because she's done her part of what she was supposed to do when it came to her friend Stacy. And that was pretty much it on that. Did you have a question though, Dani?
So for everyone to, understand and for clarification, I understand, but I mean for the audience, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So this was already a conversation that had already been had. Like Val went live yesterday to pretty much unload the clip and just talk about it publicly, but there was already a private conversation that already had taken place and took place already between Val and you guys about what was said about Stacy. So this isn't new, like privately, it's just new for public consumption, right? Or public view.
Correct. Correct.
And Stacy has already, that was already squashed, and Stacy had already accepted apology, and Val had told her everything pretty much that she had said about her already previously, and Stacy accepted apology.
Correct. That's exactly how that was. So it's new to everyone here because, of course, they heard about the recording and now they're hearing it for the first time. These were things that Stacy already knew. So hence why Stacy decided to go and open herself up to getting more things off her chest. And that's on Stacy. That was her choice. That was going to make her feel better or to maybe even get more answers. We're not involved with that. That's for Stacy's own well-being and how she's choosing to move with that. We wanted to also correct some statements that were made about extortion. Stacy misused the word. She recognizes that she misused that word, that she was being extorted. That was not the word at all. She may clarify it more herself later, maybe not, but I'm given permission to clarify it for her in this moment. No one was ever being extorted for anything. Um, People were being threatened not to speak on said subject, but as far as extortion, that never happened.
Yeah, I don't know where extortion will come. However, I will say that the whole recording is something that is, over people's head. That is something that people are worried about. I guess Stacy, even though you guys went to her about this situation, about what was said and about her, it's a difference between people telling you what they said and hearing it for yourself. And with that, you might become like suspicious and start, like, okay, what's going on like around me, or like
Right.
who's my friend and who's not my friend, and what's being said about me. And it can lead to, I believe, paranoia about like what's really happening and who's on my side and who's not on my side, who's leaking up with this person or that person. And I believe a state of paranoia. And that's not to say anything, negative about Stacey in that way, but it's just reality that I believe that she probably, was like having trust issues, and that led to paranoia.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. Especially out on these streets. We all were, I want to say, bitten by the paranoia bug. And that does change a lot, and it makes you, again, question everything you hear, see everything start looking shady in that moment because you don't know. So yeah, poor Stacy is really trying to dig through a lot, um, get a better understanding, and she wished that she had not come public because she just wanted some more answers. And again, the tape may help her with that. Just like you said, to hear it for herself, the actual words. So it might be a good thing, Danny. I didn't think so originally, but it may be a good thing for her to not have that thought in her mind. At least this way she'll know what's what for certain, and she can definitely move on with a clean slate of, okay, I definitely dealt with it. I don't have to look back on it. But my thing is more so for the public. I need them to understand this timeline in which what they are hearing. This is not an after fact thing. This was, we had no clue that that thing even existed before we started to own up to Stacy what was what. And once we heard about the recording, it was more so, well, we're glad that we said what we said because we had no clue that that was going to happen. We just wanted to be honest. That was the whole point of that sister group, to be honest. And that's what we were with her, whether it hurt her in that moment or not. We wanted her to know.
So yeah, so basically right now, everyone, this live and what Val did yesterday was, that was just something that was for the public to be updated in a public apology. Val had already previously, before the recording was even put out, or before any threat of a recording or any knowledge of it, the existence of a recording, Val had already apologized and went to Stacy about this already, and kind of like told her, unloaded everything onto her as far as her, what she had thought about her. Well, Loki and Val went to her and pretty much were upfront and honest about what they have said about her. And that apology was accepted, and they moved on. And that was before any recording. So they're not doing all this apologies or anything to Stacy because there's recording. They already apologized to her before there even was knowledge of a recording, or before they even knew that it was being recorded.
Correct. Correct. And it was the best thing we could have did because it showed her how sincere we truly were about that. Because we never wanted to hurt her. It's just, again, all of the things sprinkled around in the air, having you question things. And again, she said she got that. She understood it. She even said herself, yeah, well, some of my movements kind of looked questionable, I'm sure. I did mention to her, just, when we speak, you were very gauged in how you spoke, as if you did not want certain things to slip out. She said because of things that had been sprinkled around her, she was not comfortable. So there was a piece of her that was kind of looking at us sideways as well. So when we all put it on the table, everything made sense. It all made sense. But no, we had no plot to hurt Stacy ever.
And yes, I want to actually say that, so for everyone out there, and this is for, clarification, and, everyone, low key was not on the recording. There was Roxanne, Sip, I don't give no fucks, aka, Dion, and Evangelist Val. So low key was not a part of this conversation. So
No.
as for the recording and on the recording, and Val has apologized to Stacy before the recording even came out. They already had a conversation. That's what Loki is trying to say. So this is pretty much water under the bridge. So this was already addressed privately, but now they're addressing it publicly because of the recording is being, talked about and discussed publicly. And this has made it to the public forefront. So that's why they're bringing it publicly. But this was already something that was already handled privately. So perhaps one of you understand that this was already handled privately before they even knew about any recording or had knowledge of any recording. They already handled this issue privately amongst themselves about discussing Stacy and questioning Stacy's health condition and other things about Stacy. This was already addressed privately. And then now once they heard about a recording and everything about a recording and everybody's talking about it, it's the talk of YouTube. Now they are addressing it publicly because now it's a public matter and it has become a public thing now. And once something becomes public, people are going to make videos and lives. And that leads us to the current predicament that now that is a public discussion and public discourse, people are going to obviously be curious about this recording and what's on the recording. Secondly, people are going to want to obviously hear the recording, and people are going to obviously want to talk about the people that's in the recording and what's being discussed in the recording. And Val is a part of this recording, and we cannot overlook the fact that she's a part of this recording, and that since she is a part of it, people are going to add her to these conversations. Now, the bad thing about that is that Val is not she's not well right now to be a part of this much stress, and that stress is very much so bad when you're especially already having certain heart conditions or other issues with your health. So now it's like, Val, to be honest, we have to be honest here that she doesn't need to be around all this drama and this stress. This sector at all times is always messy and drama and dramatic and highly toxic. So this isn't a good environment anyway. So no one can tell Val what to do. So ultimately, she needs to actually not be on this web at all.
Oh, it's true.
Like, she doesn't need, and I'm just being realistic here because how I'm just being honest. A lot of people are going to say that she should not. That's the first step, is to not even, and it's hard. I can say, like, people are talking about you online. You're going to want to tune in. You're going to want to watch. You're going to want to view and see what's being said about you. But her devices need to be taken at this point, because flatlining, that's serious. And this is not worth it. And this was something that was already discussed privately between everyone. And it was already squashed, and the people involved were already handling it and already squashing it. So they're, so once Stacy accepted the apology, and then now, what else is there to say? What more is there to it? I mean, if it was unsettled or unsolved, should I say, and there was no, resolution, then I can see what people would, keep going with it. But now that there is a resolve and everyone knows that it was already previously handled, all sides had already, and like, took accountability for what they said, and then Stacey accepted that, and then y'all had moved on. And now for the public, we have to understand that if Stacey has forgiven it, then there's no reason for anyone else to now say, now I haven't heard, I will be objective and fair here. I have not
Hmm.
heard from Stacey since yesterday, or well, since the last time I talked to her.
Yeah.
And it's she heard snippets because she is the person impacted as well. So we have to consider her feelings, that she is someone that was discussed in the recordings, and this is new to her, to not only previously that was watched privately, but now to hear it for herself and things like that. She has to be allowed that space. But I will be honest, people are going to want to hear from Stacey, to see,
Hmm.
to hear from her own mouth if she has accepted this apology. And that sense, it was already handled before, but now, after all of this, people are still want to, I guess, to, hear from Stacey. So once
Correct.
Stacey kind of publicly acknowledges that it's water on the bridge and it's washed, and then I think that will help to settle the situation, because she's the one that was impacted. She's the one that will be hurt by the things behind the scenes said about her and
Right.
things like that. So she's the one that people are going to be looking for, her response or reaction. And I think once that's done, then things will be kind of settled, because after that, no one really will have anything to really go out the valve for, because the person that really would have a grievance would be Stacey herself. Well,
Well,
who else?
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely, and that's where I was feeling some other people that may have their 2 cents to put in on how it should be handled, or did you know this should be handled? Maybe in Stacey's head, just allow Stacey to think for herself. She thinks well. She has no problem analyzing what is happening. So let her go through it, let her hear it, let her dissect it, and let her move with. She may walk away with the same um impression she had from the first. I get it. I understand. Listen, I'm over it, and move on, because she did not want to fight. She was not surprised when we were saying some of the things that we were saying. She just said, "Yeah, I don't I get it." So I think too, it's best to go ahead and release the rest of it, or whatever it is that you may have, Danny, for it also to just, people can hear it. They can draw their own conclusions if they want, but it's something that we can finally just get past, because it is about Stacy. And I don't want others to make it about them, and then again, unfortunately, I want to say so bad, just not say Val's name, but Val is in this, but it's like it was done and corrected. Val don't want no more of this energy. She had been working on that after her first surgery, coming back home, moving away from certain things and making changes, because her family is really getting on her this go around, because this time is it's dangerous for her. And the position that she's in right now is dangerous for her.
And you spoke to someone in her family?
The sister texted me late last night, yes. And she was very upset. And she said, my sister is worried about them calling her a liar, saying these negative things, and she's not understanding. I said, your sister has to calm down. She has to calm down. She has to not focus on this. We've dealt with it. It's over and done with. That's all I can say. Val has to move away from this. People are going to think what they want to think. And even if you come with a whole printout, people are going to still have their own ideas of what they think the situation is. And we can't stop that. But the best thing is to be removed from the situation, because Val had not been doing nothing. She really was not. This was our situation that we had, and that was that. But it's gotten so big, because there's so many other little pieces all over the place that are trying to tie into this here with the recording. This is all that's had been done, was her speaking with Dion, trying to figure out and make sense of what was going on around her and questioning a lot of things. So when Val did get off that call, she said, I don't know who to believe. I don't know what to believe. I feel like I'm in a twilight zone right now. But once we were able to put some of Dion's notes together and Stacy's messages together, it was clear to us at that point, Stacy was not lying. Stacy was not lying.
And lying about what? Can you clarify?
Well, meaning Dion was accusing Stacy of stalking her, and wanting to hurt Val. But from what we could see in Stacy's receipts, it was actually Dion who was trying to make Stacy turn and hurt Val. We said, what the hell? And then about the stalking, it was Dion who was actually the one stalking Stacy.
Well, I'm going to hold off on those types of conversations. To be fair, I
Mm-hmm.
would need not just one side of the conversation. So we're going to just stick to the Val conversation. For the Dion versus Stacy, they had a truce, and I want to kind of be fair when I talk about both. And that means I want Stacy's receipts, and then also I don't give no fucks receipts. I need to have both. Okay.
Correct.
As far as
Understood.
like who's stalking who, and I don't believe that either side is stalking the other side. I'll be honest. And as far as I don't, based on the receipts that were shown, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of paranoia going on. So so
yeah.
with that, yeah. So I'm not gonna get into that in this like who's stalking who. I
Right.
believe that both can go their own way, and they already truce the situation. So hopefully they can keep it at that truce. And there was reasons why they decided to truce. People don't just truce for no reason. They obviously decided they wanted to truce, and there was a reason they wanted to truce. And they
Gotcha.
both had their reasons. So I hope that they just continue and don't waste my time, trying to truce and then don't keep it.
I
So
know
hopefully
that's right. Because Danny's like, look at here. I'm
Yeah.
trying here. I'm trying here.
Yeah.
Okay. Understood. But yeah, I just would like to end it with, I just hope that the sector can just extend some grace to Val in this moment right now. Because again, that was her only situation, and she hadn't planned on any more movement moving forward. Her focus was going to be her health.
Well, I don't know if I can actually get the full recording, because if you recall, I did make some other videos on Dion as far as the cancer stuff.
Okay, yeah.
So once I did that, she probably like, oh, I know she didn't just try to I went further, like investigating her cancer situation with the receipts that she had sent me and deleted. And so she might be like done with me, okay? But I will probably try to see if I can get the rest of the recording. I'll see. But I do have like less than 5 minutes, just a snippet. But it
Okay.
kind of like, I do believe that she gave me those because to be honest, to kind of like show that she wasn't the only one that had doubts about Stacy. Stacy saying that she doesn't have cancer. So I guess she wanted to show receipts that others were saying the same about Stacy, that they questioned her cancer. So I believe that was like a tit for tat situation. And
Right.
so those little snippets she gave me kind of confirmed, kind of threw others under the bus about questioning Stacy. So I think that that's what her agenda was, to kind of show that she wasn't the only one questioning Stacy's health condition.
Well, she originated at Danny. She was the one who brought the question in to make people doubt last year with the setup on Val and the Discord. So that's where it started, with our looking at Stacy differently.
Yeah, so the Dion person definitely is messy. I mean, we already know that full and well. And so I will try to reach out again to that person to try to get the recording, because I believe that once the full recording is played, then everyone can kind of just see what it was about. And that, the public is going to be curious about topics like this and what is said once it's brought publicly.
Right.
And so one way to kind of settle things that people actually hear it. But I believe also that now that Val has, took accountability, and I did release some snippets, and
Mm-hmm.
that kind of gives a gist of what it was about. So it kind of unloaded the clip on that to where I feel that, the full recording isn't really necessary. I mean, people are going to be nosy and curious, but I don't think it's really 100% necessary to hear the full recording, because people are already taking accountability for what's in the recording. And even like saying things that are not in the recording. Like Val said something that I didn't even have a snippet of yet,
Yeah.
But to get to the point that you're really here for is that we have to be honest about the whole situation. And Val has taken accountability. She already apologized before even this recording was known about or talked about or even anything. She already had, her and Loki had already addressed this with Stacey in privately, and Stacey had accepted that apology privately. And now what we're seeing now, after the recording was known and everything like that, Val has pretty much just went publicly live to address it, so everyone in the public can know that this was already settled and resolved, and the things that she had said about Stacey. So she publicly pretty much unloaded the clip on that situation. So
Mm-hmm.
Val went on her own live, 17-minute live yesterday, and apologized publicly again. She owned what she said. She addressed it head on. So she pretty much did her part. So that situation between Val and Stacey is already resolved. And now hearing that Val is in the hospital, which most of us know by her own post, it really puts things in a different light. And we have had deaths in this sector. So we have to understand, I hate to bring that up, but when you say flatline, we have to have this discussion. It puts things in a different light, in a perspective, because life can change in an instant. So we all know the saying, you never know the day or the hour. And
That's right.
none of us want a situation like this to happen, to where I think the Quay person or whoever else, I don't want to just bring up names, but
Right.
people are arguing and beefing on here, and that adds extra stress. And then the next thing we know, we hear that someone is no longer with us, and then people are going to regret this or regret saying this or regret holding on to this, and then at that moment say, hey, this wasn't that serious. It's not like she unalived someone or she did something heinous or vile. This is something that, yes, she was talking behind one of her friends' backs. So yes, it's messy. This is a messy sector. She was being messy. That was wrong, but she has taken accountability for it. At the same time, is that something that we will say, oh, Val, we're gonna you're unwell, we're gonna be hammering in on you while you're in a hospital.
Right.
And then if something happens, and then people will have that regret. And none of us want a situation like that for something that she has already apologized for, that, and it so far has been accepted. And I will admit that at this time, since this is new to the public, Stacey coming out and Stacey saying, hey, I accept Val's apology, we already squashed it in private. I think people are going to be hanging on, waiting for Stacey, because she is the target of these conversations. She is the subject of these conversations. And to be fair, even though with Val's condition, people are going to also want Stacey's perspective to actually move this forward and to kind of dead the situation, because she has the final say. Because people say, okay, if this person is issuing an apology and now that person accepts it, and yes, there was private conversations, but we can all see that Stacey has been on a tour. She has been on a tour, and she has been showing a lot of anger, and it's clearly that she's hurt and she's angry, she's paranoid, she's all over the place. and people are going to be like, okay, Stacey, what is Stacey gonna do next? And where is she
Right,
gonna go
right.
next? And what is she gonna say next? And that right there, that has to be settled. So until Stacey is kind of settled, as far as this situation, and not just privately, but obviously publicly, because there is unsettlement, right? There, people are seeing this. So
Yeah, I think she too is in a better space right now because there were just certain things that she was able to get off of her chest she had been holding in. Um, but I believe Stacy is ready for it to end too. But I agree that publicly Stacy would have to say this. She would have
yeah,
to say this.
and to also just be honest, I know Val doesn't want to hear this. I saw Val drop into the chat. I appreciate you for joining the membership. However, Val, listen, you don't want to hear this, but I'm just going to say it, that you don't need to be online going back and forth. This is stressful, and you already have these conditions of flatlining, etc. You don't need to be going live. You don't need to be, beefing with people or going back and forth or involved in any mess or even watching or partaking in any of this mess. You don't. And you're a grown woman. Val's everyone knows I've been here with Val for like since 2021. So I know Val is gonna do what Val wants to do. She's grown. No one can tell her what to do. However, this is not how you want to, this is not really healthy to be doing this at all. So she needs to get offline. And
Yeah,
I'm saying it. And obviously I also understand, like, putting myself in her shoes, I definitely would want to know what's going on, but someone needs to just take her device. Like, that's one thing the family can do, is try to take her device or try to do something. Maybe talk to the nurses or doctors and say that she's like, that phone needs to be taken from her because that's stressing her out.
yeah,
I don't know, but I don't know how that can be handled, but that's one thing. And that is to say, because people are that's gonna be more stress for her, because every time people see her pop up or see her here and see her there, they're gonna say, oh, you're unwell, why are you here, why, that's gonna be more stressful because people are gonna be getting on to her,
the
causing her even more.
ammunition they could try to use towards her. Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
There's a such thing as out of sight, out of mind, and this is the time to be out of sight, out of mind, and not out of mind like as far as like any health updates, but out of mind as far as any drama. I want to
Right.
appear in any drama, panels, drama, chats, drama, anything. So your name won't be brought up in any drama, and then that's less stressful for you. So she doesn't need to go live again in her state. She doesn't need to go live to defend herself. And as far as apologies, I was saying like apologies or it unloading the clip. I didn't mean like anything publicly to unload any clip. That was about privately, if she had not already talked to Stacey, but she had already talked to Stacey. So that's a private matter.
Yeah.
But she had went live to address it publicly, and that's her right. And now I want to say this because to be fair to Val, um, if you are someone that you feel like your health is deteriorating and you want to clear the air and you want to have a clean slate, you want to clear the air before anything could possibly happen. You want to just release it all. That was, to be honest, that live could be a way for her to go live in a form of release, to release the stress and release, hey, let me just stop holding on this and just let the public know what's happening and what happened. And that was a way to just get it off her chest, because she already knows about this recording. It could be leaked at any moment. And that's to get rid of stress. Sometimes you have to release that what's bottled up or what's holding, like you feel might be holding over you. And people are saying, oh, this recording is out here to record, and next you be stressed out. Like, she ought to address it privately, but for it to be leaked publicly, that and everyone around her would hear what she has said privately on those calls. And that could be stressful to be, feeling like that's over your head. So a lot of times some people want to make peace with things, and then also that can be a form of stress relief. But now that she has accomplished that goal and done it, then moving forward, she doesn't need to be going back live or doing any more addressing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I can see how she can say, well, she wanted to make her peace or make peace with certain situations and do so publicly and give her a public apology because those recordings, if leaked, are going to be obviously public.
Public, right.
So with that, she might have wanted to address this publicly and do a public live as well. And I would say for her to just have private conversations and maybe even have someone like you that needs to be someone that will address anything publicly for her. Or someone
Yeah,
else can address it publicly for her. That way someone else can handle it. Like you say, hey, well, I will, if anything needs to be said or anything needs to be done, I will handle it. And that
yeah,
way you don't need to go live, like something like that.
yeah, definitely. Well, we're also trying to work on something to help with that as well. Well, I'll tell you later. But yeah, she needs a spokesperson right now.
Yeah, and so Val already spoke. She already made things right with Stacey, as far as the private conversations at that time. So that chapter is closed. Now, I'm not saying this to silence anyone out there because every creator. Now, let's be clear. Every creator is their own platform, and everyone does what they want to say. So this is just for me and what my opinion. And in my opinion, is not the controlling opinion. It's just my opinion.
Right.
And so every creator is going to do what they want to do. There are going to be some people that are going to want to call Val out for her part. There are going to be some people that are wanting to just move on. I cannot control other people. I refuse to try to control anyone. I could only give my opinion from my platform. And so with that, I'm just sharing that sometimes compassion is bigger than just the commentary. When something like this is happening with Val, um, we don't want something to happen to her and then later everyone is like, well, that was so petty and so dumb. It was already resolved, and then now that caused her stress, and that was the last thing. That was the last thing we talked about or discussed or did, as it pertains to Val. And
Yeah,
things like that. But we have to also understand that some people are big on accountability, and they're going to be like, well, Val has to be accountable. But at the same time, Val has taken accountability, and she pretty much went live and said what she said and apologized. So the accountability has already been done or taken care of. So
right.
so to be honest, in my opinion, since you already apologized and took accountability, then it's pretty much, it should be deaded, as long as Stacey has accepted that apology. And even if Stacey doesn't accept it, Val has done her part, so her part is done.
Yeah. Because you're true. It definitely is going to be a second accepting, because she accepted the first one based off of what was told to her. But there were some things that I'm sure neither Val or I remember. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So some of the things that maybe she could not remember, and if she's now hearing it, she's apologized for that now.
right. So pretty much Val and Stacey can handle this situation privately if they so choose. Again, we don't, Stacey has, she already accepted the first apology. So most likely Stacey might accept the second one, but we don't know until we hear from Stacey herself.
Right.
And from what I
Gotcha.
gathered before with Stacey, with her trying to like resolve things, even with the D person, she seems to be someone that would be reasonable, even given that, Val's condition, that she would be forgiving and things like that, or not, wanting to. I don't see her wanting to beef with Val. I don't see that. So,
No, the Stacy is very reasonable when it comes to stuff like this. The thing that sets her off is a lie. That is pretty much the only thing that will set Stacy off is a lie. She rather hear it, know it, and process it and figure out which way she's gonna go. And that's how that was originally when we were behind the scenes. She's like, I don't care how bad it is. You could just tell me. And we were telling her. So she does. She's open-minded, and she doesn't automatically look at you as a bad person. And this would go for anyone else that is out there who may have had their doubts about her or have looked at her. If you were to approach Stacy, she's open. You can reason with her. You can talk to her, and she's private. So yeah, hopefully this can just be like done, because it was done for us. But again, the streets are on fire right now. And I do hope, I know what Danny said, but me personally, I'm hoping myself that some of the other creators can have some compassion and try to steer away from it as much as they possibly can, because it was a dealt with situation. I know it's new for them, it's content for them, but sometimes everything is it's not worth content, especially when someone's health is involved. So I just hope that they just extend her some grace. And that's all I can ask.
Right. And yeah, so I believe that once she, I'm sure she probably already listened to Ivana's vow apology if she, I'm sure she heard about it already or listened to it herself. And also, I'll let her, of course, she most likely probably heard the snippets recording I have. And then once she has, she has a complete understanding of what's happening and what all was said from everyone and what's happening at every angle, I think from there she'll be less paranoid. But to be honest, I can see her why she's so paranoid all over the place, because she doesn't know like what's going on, who's saying what, and this saying that, and this trust and that trust, like who's working with Dion, or I don't give no fucks who's not, what's being released, what's being leaked, who has this, who has that. And I
Correct.
think even like for her, knowing that I had recordings, because remember I said I had recordings like last week or so, or whenever this first came out, I said I had
Right.
some of it. And to her, she might even be like, oh, Danny even has like recording and she know what's on it, and she didn't even let me listen to it. See, I wasn't thinking about Stacey, but as the subject of those conversations, to be honest, if someone said they had, snippets of recordings and it was about me, I would be thinking about that person like, oh, you got snippets and you got pieces of the conversation and I want to listen to it. But I would have been up front, like, hold on. Hey, bitch,
No, but she
let me
was
listen to it.
cool.
Yeah.
Danny, she was cool. She was like, she trusted you with them. That's the best way for me to say that. She actually trusted you with the recordings. Like, it wasn't important to her. Um, and yeah, she walked away from it, like not caring
But see what
about
I'm
them.
saying? I don't think that's really the case. I think that's on the surface, she's not really asking about it. But underneath, it's kind of natural for someone to be wanting to hear
Curious.
recordings about them. So I'm not saying that she was like holding anything against me, but obviously, naturally, most people would want to hear a recording about them being discussed. So
True.
with that, that's something that she might not have said it publicly, but inside she probably could have been just like, she wants to hear those recordings or want to hear exactly what's being said to settle her mind and be at ease.
Well,
And
definitely. Well, now she does get it, for her sanity and for her clarity.
yeah. So we will see what Stacey has to say. I think that's the last thing in this whole thing is about what Stacey has to say in response to we already know what she said privately as far as accepting the private apology, but now that everything else has unfolded and new things have been, possibly heard, we kind of have to see now what Stacey has to say. But as for Val, in her condition, flatline and poor health condition, that she has already done her part, and we already know how the world works and how things work. Once you give your apology, you take a full accountability for your actions and you apologize, and then that's your part. Your part is done. You can be at peace. And then now it's up to the other person whether they decide to accept it or not. But that's not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to do your part, accountability, and is their part to whether they want to accept it or not. If they choose to accept it, then that's fine. If they choose not to accept it, but then that's also fine, because they have the right to feel how they feel and they have the right to react to how they want to react and
Correct.
things like that. So right now, I think Val can just, everyone can kind of say, well, she took accountability, she apologized, so then that's settled. And then now, if you're looking to see what Stacey has to say, then that's a totally different topic. Not topic per se, but a totally different thing, because now it's about Stacey and her feelings
Correct.
in that regard. So
Yeah.
yeah. So I think that I'm pretty much, I was pretty much done with this topic as far as my angle really was about the fake pregnancy thing. But then, of course, the recording kind of, aligned with that, because it came into play with that, because it's from the same person, I Don't Give No Fucks, which had the recordings and the fake pregnancy. So the reason
Right.
I was reporting on this in the first place, as you know, was because I was reporting on JAD topics and the whole fake pregnancy thing came about. And it just
Correct.
so happens that I Don't Give No Fucks is a part of that whole thing. So in getting receipts for that, I also got receipts for this issue. So then that's why it coincides. So yeah,
Oh,
it's a mess, but I think that is really resolved now, because Val has taken accountability and pretty much, said what she said as well and apologized.
yeah. No, well, I just appreciate you covering it. To be honest, I appreciate you being the one to cover it, because you're going to be accurate. You're going to make sure things make sense. You're not just throwing out anything to the people. So that's what we all appreciate about you, as Avengers, and why we watch. Because we always say Danny's not going to give us a lie. Danny's not just going to slap something together to make us believe it. Danny's going to help us understand it. So we appreciate you being the one to cover this. I appreciate you allowing me up on the platform, to speak on Val's behalf, and your honesty of it all, of what's needed for her to move away from certain things. And she's going to be working on it. I'm going to be working on her. I got I got a hard job here, as y'all all know, but I'm going to be working on Val.
Yeah, and the main thing is that she doesn't need to be online, because we've already seen it. I don't want that. We pray and hope that Val is fine. And with her current condition, we don't want to see anything happen to. We already know. I don't want to. I hate speaking on death in that way, or even thinking about the possibilities. But we have to actually be realistic here. We don't want anything like where people are going back and forth over something like this, especially something that she has taken accountability for and has been apologized for, and then now it's water under the bridge. It's nothing that like really hammer her about to the point where then something happens and then boom, everyone's gonna be like so remorseful and like, oh my gosh, Val, we don't want, like, it's just not worth it. It's not like a horrible, like, heinous crime that she has committed, as far as, in the seriousness as it relates to real life.
Right. And
Yeah.
yeah, because it was between two friends, in all honesty. This was a friend thing that just became public. And so hopefully, Stacy will speak up soon, and we can move on past this, because it really is about Stacy. All of these things happen to Stacy. And so therefore she has to say how she's feeling about it, what she, not necessarily what she plans on doing moving forward, but whether or not she's over it or not. And then she could move accordingly how she wants to, privately how she wants to. But a public statement would be nice. It would be nice. And I think that she's willing to give that. I think she would be willing definitely to give that, because that's who Stacy is.
Yeah, and about like the recording is like there's whisperings and of the recording being leaked. It's like threatening to like leak it, or people are feeling like it's gonna be leaked or being held as some sort of receipt against them, because that's most of the time people record things is for receipt of things, or to use or post later to expose later. And
Right.
so that can be held over people's heads. So I think that even when Val said, yeah, in her live about like release the recordings or the emails are released, it's like just get it over with. Like I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
want anything held over me. And I tell people that all the time. Listen, if you tell me you got something on me and you're gonna try to use it to hold over my head or as some sort of receipt or some sort of. I feel in that way that you're trying to have power and control over me in some capacity. So I'm actually going to, unload the clip and get ahead of it and just say whatever I said, or expose it and unload it. And at that moment, I kind of expose it. You don't have any power over me. I have unloaded your weapon, and you're not disarmed at that point. You have nothing to hold against me or use against me. And
Okay, so yes,
so
yes.
now, so now that Val has said her piece, there's no recording that can be held over her. It cannot be weaponized against her or used against her. So now, in that way, it's less stress because now she's not going to be worried about anything being publicly released that can harm her or be weaponized against her because she already addressed it. Anything that's on a recording, she already spoke on it in the knowledge that this was said. She addressed Stacey privately first, apologized publicly after. She took accountability on her own terms. So in the end, whatever Stacey decides about that second apology, whether she accepts it, whether she needs space, which it could be why right now where she felt like she needs space to kind of look around and see what everyone has to say and what everyone is speaking on, to kind of like, what can I say? Just think about everything that has been said and done and just needs that space. Or whether she just wants to stay quiet, that's her right. Nobody can tell her what to do with her forgiveness or whatever she decides to do. But one thing I do believe with Val being in the hospital right now, most grown people out here, and all of us are grown, besides, hips don't lie, he's a jitterbug, but don't you don't want the last thing tied to a person to be some petty back and forth that was already talked about. And life is bigger than that. And her healing is more important at this very moment. And we have to, like I said, acknowledge that Stacey's feelings are also valid. And she has the right to her feelings as well. And there's room to think about both sides and all sides in this whole thing. And I hope at the end of the day that Stacey can also keep her truce with the other person, because I ain't waste my time on that shit.
All right. All right now. All right, Mama Dani.
But yeah, I'm gonna get my belt out. Like I went back and forth with that truce, and both of y'all told me reasons why y'all wanted it. So I don't get no fucks. And Stacey, y'all go your own way. If I get my belt out, because what y'all doing? Because y'all ain't waste my time.
That's
but you
how
have
it's
any
gonna be.
other things you want to add?
Nope, that was it. The belt slap. That was it. I just appreciate you for allowing me to do this, Dani. I really do, because it was just like hurting my spirit last night. Just what she had gone through, and I was terrified. And so we're gonna work with Val. We're gonna work with the family, and we're gonna try to keep her calm and just focused on her healing.
All right. If you need to ever come back up, just you already know, hit me up.
All right, will do. Love you, girl.
Love
You,
Bye.
Avengers. Bye-bye.
Bye. So let me go ahead and give some shout outs before we get into the next segment. Yes, hold on. Happy 1 month anniversary to RC117. Yes, happy anniversary. Happy wait. Thank you so much for renewing your membership to Nitty. Okay, Val, you need to get offline, Val. I know you don't tell me what to do. Shout out to Evangelist Val. Thank you so much for renewing your membership. Shout out to JoJo. Happy 1 month anniversary to JoJo. Yes. Sunshine is in the building. Thank you so much for renewing your membership. Again, shout out to Sunshine for renewing your membership. GT5 is in the building. Thank you so much for renewing your membership. Miss Unicorn in the building. Thank you so much for renewing your membership. My boy Ma is in the building. Happy 1 month anniversary on this backup channel, as well as Judy B. Hey girl, hey. Happy 1 month anniversary to you. Spiritual Journey, thank you so much for renewing your membership. Cheyenne is in the building. Happy 1 month anniversary to you. Hey. Lilac Peach, long time no see. Hey girl, what's up? Anyway, shout out to you. Thank you for renewing your membership. Low Key is in the building. Happy 1 month anniversary. And sending some prayers out to you, Low Key. And that's a different Low Key, by the way. Shout out to Spiritual Journey. Happy 1 month anniversary, y'all. You to me is in the building. Happy 1 month anniversary. And Miss, I don't want to use the name. Where you been at? Shout out to you. Happy 1 month anniversary. Cherie is in the building. Thank you so much for renewing your membership. KK in the house. Thank you so much for the fan funding super sticker. Again, shout out to KK for the fan funding. And shout out to Oneida. Thank you so much for the Cash App. Again, shout out to Oneida for the Cash App. I appreciate the support. She says, my favorite CC. All right, don't gas me up. Now, don't gas me up. Okay, keep on gas me up. Gas me up. Give me a full tank of gas. Yes, yes. I appreciate it. Anyway, shout out to you and everybody else. Remember, support my channel for free just by what? Hitting that like button. And let me say this. Let's go ahead and get into the next segment. This is like, not that long. So Maggie is over there doxing people. And I know I wasn't going to talk about this bitch, but I have to talk about this bitch today because she over there doxing another person, but she don't dox. Now, I want to say this. The person that she doxed, I don't give a fuck, bitch. That's what you get. Now, listen, that's the reason I told Low Key to come on first so she can get, we can talk about her important topic first because my topic right here is my I don't give a fuck session. Okay. Polly, I don't give a fuck that your ass was doxed by Maggie. And that's what your ass get, Polly. What a fucking cracker. You got doxed by your own favorite person. Your own big bad matted wig bitch she done dox you. You done got doxed by the bitch wearing a carpet on her motherfucking head. Okay, you done got doxed by that nasty bitch with a nasty kitchen, a nasty attitude, a nasty bad build body. Okay, you done got doxed by that bitch over there with them glued on weave tracks and she done glued on by 10 different times and balding on top of her head. Okay. You done got doxed by that bitch over there, just ripping out them train tracks out of her head. You done got doxed by Maggot while you windmill for Maggot and swinging for Maggot and this and that, worship for Maggot and kissing her pig hind ass. And then now, Maggie done doxed Polly Wanna Cracker. Oh, I forgot. She's not a Polly Wanna Cracker because this bitch said she a graham cracker. This bitch said that she black. Where you black at? Because I'm trying to see where my magnifying glasses at. Where my bifocals? Let me zoom in, motherfucker. Get a telescope or something so I can actually see where you black at. Because obviously no black, nothing about you. Okay? Now, get ready, ladies and gentlemen, because somebody about to be mad, and these bitches is mad. And these bitches is mad. Why are you over there talking about you a psychologist? And by the way, shout out to Maggie for doxing Polly. Shout out to Maggie for doxing Polly, because Polly said that she is a psychologist. How come I don't see you in the psychological database, bitch? How come I don't see you? How come I don't see you in the psychological database? The psychology database. I don't see you as a counselor or nothing, bitch. How come I don't see you? Now go live and cry about this. Go live and cry about it. Because last time I checked, I'm not the one that doxed you. Ooh, I know who doxed you. Maggie did, the big back drag queen. The big back drag queen doxed you in between eating her Big Macs and double stack Oreos. Oh shit. A mess. And these bitches stay pressed. But girl, let me see what this is right here. Cause I got a feeling this bitch gonna be mad. Hold on. Y'all better be paying attention. Cause yeah. Let's see this right here. Where that screenshot at? Let me go to my inbox and get that screenshot. Yeah. And she over there talking about, oh, you doxed me to Daniel. You doxed me to Daniel, bitch. Girl, she doxed you. She ain't just doxed you to me. She doxed you to the whole internet. You sitting there worried about, the whole time you worried about what Danny gonna do and say hello to the bad girl, what Danny gonna do. The whole time you should be worried about your big bad piggy master. that calls herself an owl. Now, to be honest, I'll be honest with y'all. Maggot is shaped like an owl. She got a bobblehead that's plopped on top of her stomach. It's just a head and then a torso. That's all she got because she don't got a neck. It just go from head to her torso. Head, torso, and knees and toes. Okay? Ass bitch. She built like an owl. Okay? So with that being said, and she also talked like what? All day and night. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Just screaming and hollering. Hold on a second. Where is that? Yeah, look at it, Carmen Butterfly. That's how she's shaped. She's shaped just like that. Dang, I don't think I think I saved it. Let me go to my Discord. Let me get it from my Discord. But yeah, so since Maggot wanna have a conversation about this bitch that she done doxed. This person was black. So for people that don't know, she was blackfishing. She was blackfishing to everybody she mixed with black, and then later she gonna say that her grandma black. She said her grandma black, that she's a psychologist. I don't know how many fake psychologists we gotta have in this sector. Everybody around her is a psychologist. You a psychologist, you a psychologist, you a psychologist. All y'all got a fucking ICDC fucking degree. All y'all got an ICDC fucking degree around this motherfucker. Bitch, I'm a psychologist too. I went to ICDC. You go to ICDC, you could be a fucking psychologist. Spiritual journey, you're a psychologist as of today from BBU University, ICDC, RC 117, Carmen Butterfly. We all psychologists, child. Everybody's a psychologist. Jelly Bean, you a psychologist. Ahmad, GT5, everybody's a psychologist, y'all. Just log in and just say whatever you want. You're a psychologist or a therapist or counselor, whatever you want to be. Hold on. It's gonna be real quick. Now I know somebody posted because people be messy. Child. Hold on. Okay, you know who you are. Can you just send it to my inbox again? Because, child, it's too many messages. I'm scrolling up trying to find it. That screenshot with Maggie was doxing that girl, her mind. Because, you know, that's the person that doxed her, not me. I needed my inbox. Because, yeah, that other one you sent, I posted is buried. It's buried. Where are... Okay, here you go. Damn. People, we talk too much, y'all. Let me open this up. But yeah, that's the one. I want that one because that's what that other bitch face on it. I ain't got time for my computer to get a virus. By the time I download that picture of that MAGA bitch, my computer gonna get a virus. Okay? Hold on. And I don't want it to have the all disease or anything, okay? Let me take this down. So yeah, this right here, Maggot went live showing conversations from her messages, and at the very top of the message, she was doxing the person, Polly, and Polly was like, oh my gosh, Maggot, you doxed me. You doxed me, Maggot. My name is at the very top. I can't believe you doxed me. And I have mental issues. I have problems, and I can't believe you doxed me. You're so loud. You're getting so loud. You're screaming at me, Maggot. I can't believe you're screaming at me. I'm spazzing out. I'm spazzing out, Maggot. I don't. Maggot, please stop. Don't yell at me, Maggot. Oh, Maggot, please stop. You're so loud. Like, now she's a stereotypical loud person. Like, who didn't realize that Maggot was loud? All Maggot does is go live and be loud. Oh, I hate Dani. I hate Dani. I hate Dani. Oh, I don't want to do this no more. I hate Dani. She should be terminated. She's the worst of the worst of the worst. I'm so loud and so loud for no reason. I don't know. I just hate it. I hate it. I don't know. I'm gonna sue Lady Letitia. I'm gonna sue Dani. I'm gonna sue OG Patrice. Like, all she does is be loud. Just screaming and hollering for no reason. She don't have an inside voice. She got an inside scream. Okay, when I told Maggot to whisper and the bitch started going, hello, Dani. Hello, Dani. I'm like, that's not a whisper. Hello, Dani. Hello, Dani. Like, girl, she cannot whisper. I dare her to go live and whisper. I bet it's a scream. I bet it's gonna be loud. Yeah, loud and a lie. So anyways. So let me get to the point because I already been live for too long. So, Stephanie, how come you said you in Texas, right? And I searched your name, Stephanie, in the Texas database for the license check for any sort of profession. And I'm not seeing your name. Hold on. Let me go to the other one. You said you're a psychologist database for Texas. I want to look up actually license search. Behavioral Health Council online verified license. Members of the public may conduct an online public search for license by clicking on the button below. The information available through the online verification system is both accurate and based upon agency records. Search results from the online verification system are considered primary source verification. Current psychology license. This is also for marriage and family therapy licenses. So let me actually click on current psychology licenses. I'm even gonna do the marriage and family therapy. Current social worker licenses, but she said she's an actual psychologist. So let me see. Selected profession and psychologist, and then first name is, let me see, Stephanie. So right here, welcome to the Texas Online Professional Profiling System. To begin your search, follow the steps below. Profession type, I put psychologist, and then Stephanie Cisneros. Where's my tab? No results found. So you're not a psychologist, ma'am. No, it says no results found. So what's happening, Polly? Polly, 0 results. You're not a psychologist. You're not. Let's see, chiropractor, optometrist, occupational therapist, physical therapist, foot doctor, psychologist. You're not a psychologist. Are you even a mental health counselor? Let's see, current professional counseling licenses. Let me download this Excel sheet. So let me actually, I download this this Excel file. So let me search her name in this Excel, Control F. And let's see, Stephanie. Let me actually search by her last name, which is going to be more unique. I see a Gladys Cisneros and a Lisa and a Christopher. Priscilla. Even a Jessica. I'm looking for a Stephanie in the actual counselor database. Oh, it done started over. It done started over. Let's see. Current professional counseling licenses. Let me see if I can search something else. Professional counseling licenses. By the way, we shouldn't even be looking up counseling because she said she's a psychologist, but I'm even going to try to give her the benefit and say, can you be at least a counselor? She's online all day, 24/7, and she doesn't even know. She be just saying stupid shit all day. So I don't believe shit she has to say. Okay, Texas State Board of Examiners of Professional Counselors. And let's see here. Let's see, that's that one, and Behavioral Health Executive Council. And let's see, psychology, already did that one. No results match your search criteria. So that's for psychology. So now let's look up license type, and we're going to do professional counselor. No results match your search for even a professional counselor. So let's do What else? Marriage and family therapist. But there's two different psychologist labels listed here. There's an LSP and there's an LPA. So let's do the other one.
It's your girl, Dani Montana, Dani Montana. It's your girl, Dani Montana, Dani Montana. It's your girl, Dani Montana.
Nope. Child, girl, what it girl? It's not a good look.
It's your girl, Dani Montana, Dani Montana. It's your girl, Dani Montana, Dani Montana. It's your girl, Dani Montana, Dani Montana. Hit that like.
So now let's go. Let's see marriage and family therapist. No results. Child, I think there's only one category left. And the last one is social worker. But she never mentioned nothing about no social worker. Like, girl, is you anything? No results found. Child, everybody wants to see. I believe that she has taken, like, girl, just because you got a bachelor's degree in psychology doesn't mean that you're a psychologist. I think some people that once they get a bachelor's degree in psychology, they start making up stuff about being a psychologist. Like, maybe that's your interest and your passion, but if you didn't complete everything, then you're not that. So then let's see. So anyways, that's that. So she lied. She's not no psychologist. She's not even a counselor. She might have taken classes, but she's not it. Okay, y'all. I know y'all be getting on here lying. Y'all try to make yourselves like better than other people, or try to appear to be better or smarter, to give yourself some credibility so you can try to pull, like, give yourself some credence or something. No results. Like, you're just nothing, bitch. What a fucking liar. You blackfishing ass bitch. You blackfishing ass bitch. Get out here, pretend like you're black. That everybody is, oh, my grandmother is black. Oh, your grandmother black. Oh, girl. Get ready to be mad in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 seconds. You're gonna be fucking mad. You want to be mad? You're going to be mad in 5 seconds. A mess, and you're going to be pressed. And remember who doxed you. Oh, Maggie. Shout out to Maggie for doxing Polly. You want a fucking cracker? Shout out to Minnie's Curls, says you're always compassionate and impartial. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Again, shout out to Minnie's Curls. I appreciate the support. Yes. And who else is in the building? Unapologetically, thank you so much for renewing your membership. Yes, I appreciate the support. Again, shout out to you. And Cherie is in the building. Happy 1 month anniversary. By the way, stop clickbaiting my name. If the video is not about me, it's not talking about me, it's not discussing me, don't put my name in the title, because clickbait is against YouTube policy and guidelines. It's against YouTube policies and guidelines. So if you see anyone putting my name in their title and the video is not about me, because this is what the maggot is doing. She's putting my name in the title of the video, and then she's making a video with my name, and then later she's swapping the title and switching the title after she already used me to get views. Use your own name, bitch. You see how I'm live with my own name? Go live with your own fucking name, you big back hungry hippo looking ass well-shaped bitch. Free Willy motherfucker. Use your own name, bitch. It ain't worth shit. That's why you don't want to fucking use it, you fucking loser. You're next on the block after Timmy Tuckett. And a mess. And these bitches are gonna be motherfucking pressed and scratched. And they are already obsessed. Oh shit. Now, As for you, bitch, Polly that went on and on about Danny. I'll show you the motherfucking monster. Who the fuck is this, bitch? This is on the messages. She says, "No, Maggie, you are not nice. Maggie, you are not nice. Yeah, I don't do screaming, so that's why I'm leaving. That's why, just so you know, and whatever excuse you think you have, go for it. It's never okay to scream when I didn't scream. Goodbye. Goodbye, maggot. Goodbye." So that's that message. All dramatica and shit. And by the way, I am going to be joining Messy Anonymous in 2027. Okay, I know I said 2025, but then I said 2026, but now I have just, I'm going to actually join 2027, and that will be for real. And y'all can join me too, okay? Yeah. So anyways, right here, because Al sent me these receipts, you asshole. You didn't even listen to me. Sorry, didn't know her name was Stephanie. I have managed people emailing about you. Exactly, Christy. This is the internet, not real life. Wow, this is sad. Obviously, someone said that because they told me to tell you you're horrible. You use me. Oh, she feels used by Maggot. Oh, she feels used. Oh, poor Maggot is using her. Okay, I think I read this one. Because Al sent me these receipts, you asshole. You didn't even listen to me. I have managed people emailing about you because they told me to tell you. Oh, I already read that one. You use me. How can you do that? You are horrible. You're sorry. Wow. Horrible human being. Spend so much time and money. You doxed me. You gave her money. You spent so much time and money on Maggot, and she doxed you, the big back scammer of the Canada. The Canadian bacon scammer. Pigs up. Oink, oink. Oh, Polly, I don't care, Polly. I don't like you, Polly. Thank you for your money. I appreciate the money. So I scammed you out of your money and how much you sent me. And thank you so much for defending me and windmilling against everyone for me, Polly. But I don't care. I'm just going to use you for content now and play your recording and play your voice and do everything to you. Yeah, I don't care. I just need content. I need money and I need some beer and some smokes. And I don't care, Polly. Bye, Polly. A mess. So now you got dogs by Maggot. Oh, this is the one right here. You are doxing me. Wait, you whore. You calling her a whore? Are you what? Did you call her a whore? Or you what? You whore! Now she is technically a whore because she tried to suck on she is calling her a whore. Yes, it is. No, this is me, you bitch. This is my name. This is my real name. You whore. This is my real name, you fucking bitch. This is my real name. I hate you. Oh, yes, it is. You whore. You are doxing me. A mess. I need to get offline. This is too much. Oh, this some more? Lord have mercy. Hold on. Let's look at this one. Shout out to the person sending me these messages. Okay. This is my name. This is my real name. Wow. And someone said this is giving me anxiety. Wow. You're doxing a sub. You're doxing, and you went to school all this time to not know you are. You are doxing a sub. You're doxing a sub. You're doxing a sub. Yeah, but remember she doxed later the t-shirt, you was cheering it on. Remember she was false doxing me, you was cheering it on. Just stop. Stop. That was my real name. Stop. How can you do that to me? How can you do that to me? Yeah. How can you do that? You are horrible. You're sorry. Wow. Horrible human being. Wait, let me correct you. She's not a human. She's a pig. She's an owl-shaped bitch. Horrible human being. I spent so much time and money. You dogs me. I want my money back. I paid her to dox me. The embarrassment, the humiliation. Okay, what somebody else sent me? She says you use me. Oh, you real maggot is gonna turn on everybody eventually. She's gonna say, oh, well, so I doxed her name, but Dani is the worst. Dani did more than me, and Dani did more. You doxed her. I'm just revealing that she's a fake psychologist. Why everybody around you is a fake therapist, a fake psychologist, a fake psychologist, a fake this and fake that? Okay, what's this somebody sent me? What's this? Okay, something they sent me. Let's see. Open this in a different tab. Listen, you need to stop stalking us. I'm expressing myself like any other American, and I do not defame others, but merely express opinions. I don't even know who you are because I don't have time to follow you around YouTube. You don't know me at all, calling me a fake psychologist. If I had an ego, I could say that is defamatory because anyone who can prove a degree in psychology is a psychologist, boo-boo. No, you have a bachelor's degree in psychology. That's not you don't have a PhD in it. It's not that hard. I'm not online offering services. I don't want to. I'm on sabbatical. Girl, you're not on sabbatical. What do you mean on sabbatical? That's usually professors say they're on sabbatical when they're taking a semester off or something like that. What do you mean you're on sabbatical? You were still in school and you're taking a break. You're not a psychologist. Stop lying. I'm on my break, not looking for work, hon. And I'm not here to share my personal information because I don't care if you think I'm a real or fake person at all. Stop stalking non-content creators for having opinions. It's creepy. No, you were doxxed by your master maggot, your faithful maggot, you know, and then you're also not a subscriber, you're actually a panelist. You hop on every panel running your mouth and blackfishing. You're not a sub. Somebody should have told you that once you start getting on panels and going on panels all day and night on people's channel, you're now a panelist. You're not a subscriber. Subscribers stay in chat. Subscribers get on panels and run their mouths and try to run the sector and run people and try to go at other creators. You're a panelist. You might as well be a creator because you're always on panel all day going at Dani. You're on different people's channels, on different panels, running your mouth. You're a panelist. You're not no creator. And at some point, if you get on too many panels, you might as well get your own channel. Acting like you just a regular smuggler. Nah. So let me read this other one. I'm a busy person, so I don't have time to write a monologue, but I can say all I need to say with brevity. I'll leave Black American issues alone because I wasn't born here. But on the same token, don't talk about international Blackness because you have no idea what that's like or even is. It's clear to see. So don't talk about my experience or any other Black person experience, given you are taking ownership of Black American issues. Fair is fair. Racism and xenophobia is international. Girl, have a seat. You're not Black American and you're not Black at all. Just stop just stop. You already put on your page Latinx pride. Okay, just please stop. And everything on your page is something about Ecuador and being Hispanic or Ecuadorian or whatever. You got Ecuadorian all over your page. And now you keep on getting on here talking about Black this and Black that. Yeah, she's not even Afro-Latina. She needs to stop. If she was any of this stuff, she would have it on her page. She's clearly showing Ecuadorian, bitch. Now, I want to say that some Ecuadorians are Black, just like some Hispanic people are Black, Afro-Latina. She's not Afro-Ecuadorian or whatever, or a Black Afro-Ecuadorian person. There's Black people in different things, but she's not that. Let me see what else in my inbox. Hold on. We got shout out to the people that sending me that screenshot. So trust me, I ain't got them screenshots. Somebody else sent it to me. Daniel already stalks me. Girl, nobody stalks you or gives a fuck about you. Maggot brought you to the center in front of attention now, so that's maggot. Okay, somebody stalk you. Girl, if I had stalked you or whatever, I would have been called you a fake psychologist or looked up your psychologist. I wasn't even thinking about you. Press 1, I wasn't thinking about her until this morning when it was brought to my attention about her and the bullshit. And then I was having a conversation with people on Discord. And that's when I was like, oh, now that Maggot has doxed her, now I might see if she's a fake psychologist. But I wasn't even thinking about you before then. Okay? I wasn't. It was just in my mind before I went live that, let's Maggot popped her and doxed her. So now let me see. Now I can take this opportunity to see if she's a real psychologist or not. Okay? And and by the way, when you get on here saying that you're a psychologist, you're letting everyone know that you're a psychologist, and you're trying to use your psychology degree or your license to try to carry more weight, to try to say whatever I say is bad because I have a PhD, I'm a psychologist, I have this degree. So to give yourself more credibility, to validate your statements, to back statements. That's why you gave yourself this title, so you can give yourself this authority position of authority. And now that we see it's fake, it's all a facade. Now you're on some sort of sabbatical. You're not on no fucking sabbatical, or you're not this. You're not you're not working or doing anything. Just have a seat. You're just a fucking liar. You got caught, bitch. And we already knew all of this already. Now it's just confirmed. Thank you, Maggie, for giving Daniel my name. Yeah, she doxed you. Shout out to Maggot for doxing you. And by the way, I could figure out your name if I wanted to. I wasn't even focused on you, but I wasn't focused on. That's the whole thing about y'all idiots. Y'all always talking about what Danny's gonna do and what Danny's gonna do. And all y'all bitches out here, I'm not trying to be whatever, but everyone out here talking about Danny this and Danny that, y'all end up being doxed by your own person or whoever you're trying to run out there or who you're with. Perhaps two of y'all noticed that almost everybody gets doxed by someone else outside of me. And for the most part, I don't even join in or participate or even mention it or acknowledge people getting doxed by these people, or all these other creators doxing people. I just ignore it and just, I mind my business. Now, for you, Polly, you're different because you are someone that has been lying, saying you're a psychologist. You have been on her blackfishing, and you're not, to be honest, you're not even part of this sector. So fuck you. So you're the exception to now that Maggot doxed you. I actually did join in. I actually did join in now because, you're the exception. But everyone else, I don't do it. They can actually they went to a different channel and they were with that person. That person doxed them. I didn't dox them or participate or call their job or do anything with any of that information on my black ass business. You are the exception. So she says, thank you, Maggie, for giving Daniel my real name. So shout out to Maggie for doxing her and giving everyone her real name so everyone can check to see if she's a psychologist or not. Shout out to Maggie. Yeah, shout out to her. She doxed you. Now, but Maggie doesn't dox though. Okay, yeah, this is my last 2 receipts. I will, I have to get offline because I was not planning on being here at all today. And the singing contest will be next week. So if you wanted to participate in the singing contest, you have 1 more week to practice. You can practice. We're gonna do it next week, okay? Like a Thanksgiving kind of thing. Okay, I am begging you again, please. Okay, so whoever sent me this is cut off. So this is cut off. So if you can screenshot it again, I don't know, because it's cut off. I am begging you again, please. My name, please. I'm not a content creator, and that's not a public account. It's literally doxing you. Something cover my name. I don't care about the receipts or whatever. Just don't dox me, please. Oh, poor Matt. So I think that she was upset because she realized that once people knew her name, that she was gonna be busted as a fake psychologist. So that's why you've been over there spazzing out. And by the way, press 1 in chat if we already knew that she's a fake psychologist. This is not nothing new. You didn't fool anyone. If you actually thought you fooled a lot of people in this sector and you thought everyone believed that you're a psychologist, no one believes that. You didn't fool anyone. This is just confirmation, but we already knew that. You see these ones in the chat? Everyone knows that you're not a psychologist. I told y'all, we have so many fake stuff going on in the set. They're fake psychologists, fake this, fake that, fake this, and fake that. Nobody believes for a second that you are a psychologist. It's who else? Who's next to be alive? As soon as someone, now, do I believe that there are psychologists out there? Yes. But let me tell y'all something. What a psychologist ain't gonna do. Nobody that's working currently right now as a psychologist would be on Maggie's channel on her panel saying the things that you were saying, because that can put their job at risk and their livelihood at risk and their license at risk doing the things that you would do. And no one that's a psychologist is smart, which they should be smart by getting to that level of a doctorate degree, that they will actually put their whole thing on a line for this. That person will actually be anonymous on here and just under some username. They would never put their title on the line for someone like Maggot or anything else and going back and forth in any sort of beef. Okay, I would not get on here anything with any sort of title on in this sector, in this messy sector. I would not come in here with any sort of title. The fuck. Okay, if I'm on here, if I'm on here to say whatever I want to say, do what I want to say, I'm not coming on here with any sort of title or any sort of anything to jeopardize that for this internet mess. So that was telling right there. Secondly, your grammar, certain things you say and certain things you do and how you behave and how you respond and how you handle issues is not how a psychologist will handle any issues. It's a lot of things that go with that. And you're gonna tell me you got through all those years of school, you don't know the difference between your and you are? That's problematic. Okay. Ain't no way you could type up so many documents and papers to only still not how to spell simple words. Okay. And she has a lot now. Some people there are sometimes psychologists or mental health counselors that have their own counselor or therapist to deal with their own issues. However, the way she spazzes out and the way she has no emotional control over her own faculties, she's not a psychologist. She can't even control her own emotions, like on a live panel. She's like spazzing out and being she can't even be calm. And she has no switch to where she can actually, with someone like Maggot on your panel, you should be able to switch to where you're in a position to where you can kind of like tone down Maggot or even like redirect her or have some sort of way to handle Maggot. You don't have any of that when you're on a panel with her. You don't. So yeah. And also, you're not a person that likes to take turns or do any. It's like a lot of things that you do that's not what a psychologist with training and years of education will do or move or say. It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, most people that have anything to lose, they're not going to be on a panel with Maggot or anyone for that matter, with everyone knowing what their job is or what they do. Okay, if they do, it's going to be all they're going to keep it as a username. They're not going to put anything out there. But trust and believe. There are some people even in my own audience right now that might be, different occupations, but best believe they're not going to put their business out here so people can be in their business as far as what occupation they got. That's their business, and they keeping it off YouTube and separate from this YouTube stuff. Well, that's what I would expect from anyone with something serious in their life. Okay. Yeah, no de-escalation skills or any of that. Exactly. It's not okay to dox a non-content creator. Oh, broken heart. Oh, breaking heart. Hold on, I'm gonna type something in. Hold on, let me type this real quick. You broke her heart. Maggot doxed her. Now who Maggot gonna dox next? Oh, I forgot. Maggot is gonna gaslight. Oh no, that was an accident. That's what I mean when I dox. So that I mean I put the name out. But no. So no, I didn't do nothing. Dani is the one that do it because Dani. You saw what Dani did. She actually do more than I did. Oh, Dani is the worst. Let me tell you something about that, Maggot. Let me tell you about what I think about what you're gonna say. Oh, Dani did more. You ready? Ask me if I give a fuck. Ask me if I give a fuck, because I don't. I know I did more, and I don't care. So play that in your life over and over again. Play it. So that's what you think, maggot. So y'all gonna all learn, I don't give a fuck. Play it. So ahead of time, before you try to, oh, Danny's the monster, Danny is the worst. I'm saying I did more and I don't care. Now she's all the way popped. So you started it and I simply finished it, put icing on the cake. You wanted to work with me, maggot. This was your opportunity, maggot. You finally got to work with Dani Robertson, or should I say Danny Montana. So we did a great job. Applaud. You finally worked with me. We did. This is team effort and team sport. I could not have done it without you, maggot. Shout out to you. You know, it's like the 440-yard dash. You ran with the baton. You ran with the baton, and then you passed the baton to me, and now I got the baton, and I'm running at the finish line. So this was a team effort. Shout out to Maggie for running, you know, the first leg of the 440-yard dash. And then I'm on I took the second and the third and the finish line. But who knows? Somebody else might take the baton next. Who knows? Mass. We finally worked together and it was sweet. So anyways, hold on. You know, there was another collaboration as well, because at one point, Maggot helped Docs Grace, the fake therapist. So she helped, you know, with, she gave, you know, OKP some information on the fake therapist and Grace. And then, you know, with that, I helped as well by helping OKP with that whole Grace thing. And then I ended up getting that. So shout out to Maggot. She also helped Docs Grace. So this isn't the first time we had a collaboration. This is the second time, as far as a doxing collaboration. We're like, you know, doxing collaborators at this point. But, you know, I will actually admit to my part, but will she? No, because she's a gaslighter. That's the difference between me and her. I'm okay with being the bad girl. I just get called for Christmas. You know, she's not okay being the bad person because, you know, she wants to be, oh, I'm maggot. I'm so innocent. I'm so innocent. And I'm saying, say hello to the bad girl. And with that, y'all, I love y'all and have a great rest of your Sunday. I'm going to go back being the good girl that I am. Yes. Let me get some shout outs before I get out of here. Let's see here. Let's see. Shout out to Nitty in the building. Thank you so much for the fan funding super sticker. Again, shout out to Nitty for the fan funding super sticker. I appreciate the support. Shout out to Read This. Happy 1 month anniversary. Yeah, something. Yes, I appreciate the support. Shout out to Jandy in the building for gifting membership. If you're a gifted membership from Jandy, please say thank you for the gifted membership. Again, please say thank you for the gifted membership. Shout out to Jane in the house. Thank you so much for the super sticker, fan funding. Yes, again, shout out to Jane. I appreciate the support. Shout out to Sammy in the building. Make sure y'all check out her channel. Again, shout out to Sammy in the building. Happy 1 month anniversary to you. So now she's over there deleting comments. I guess, are people deleting comments? Anyways, it's too late. It's already screenshot it. Anyway, shout out to you. I appreciate you for being a member. And shout out to my mod, Live More in the building. I have the best mods on YouTube. Don't talk back and don't at me. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for gifting a membership. If you are gifted a membership, please say thank you to Live More for the gifted membership. And also shout out to my boy Ma in the building. Thank you so much for the fan funding. Let me read what you have to say. Hold on, let me see what this message says. Okay. Says Maggot is about to do a whole lot pretending that she was the one who exposed Polly as a false psychologist. I don't really care. That bitch is a little liar. And Maggot, you will be reported by everyone for clickbaiting. If the live is not about me, don't make it about me. And secondly, I would suggest you check in with your friend Timmy Tuckett to see what's happening with her channel, because you're next. Okay. Keep fucking with me. Yeah, it's fire with fire, bitches. Okay. A mess. Stay pressed and press. And yeah. Hold on 1 second. So I'm going to show y'all this last name before I get off here. Okay, if y'all send me a link, please tell me what it's about. Because if I'm live, I can't be listening to it. You have to tell me what it's about. Oh, she's trying to put stuff on private. Oh, Polly, why are you trying to put your Facebook on private? Oh, Polly. Okay. But anyway, so there's no hiding. So she had told, I guess, what's her name? Maggot. Thank you so much for blurring my name. And someone said, she still said out loud, and by the way, your name is still visible at that timestamp. And then she's like, oh, face palm. She saw it. She says, Maggot, could you please blur my name at the top, please? I really appreciate somebody else for looking out. So she was thanking Maggot for blurring her name, but then it turns out that Maggot then fully blurred out. So then now she's like, oh, can you fully, girl, it's too late. So I see now that you're really worried about your name being out because you know you're a fake psychologist. And we don't stand for that online. I'm sorry, but you cannot be a fake psychologist on here pushing your weight around, pretending to be a psychologist if you're not. We're done. I think everyone should understand that. Press 2 if you understand that. We don't need people pretending to be a psychologist, trying to go around here pretending to be a psychologist so they can push their weight around and try to get some sort of credibility, pretending to be something they're not. That's something serious. That's serious. You don't pretend like you're a psychologist. If people start taking your advice, thinking that you're somebody, and you're like, oh, well, I didn't offer you any services. You don't have to fully offer services to each individual. All you have to do is say, I'm a psychologist. And then if I were to say I'm a psychologist, my words and my commentary and my reactions and my advice will carry more weight because people will come to me for advice or listen to me and believe things I say just because I say I'm a psychologist. You know, like, oh, I think that this is what's happening with Dani, or this is what I think about Stacy's behavior, or this is what I believe about Stacy or Val or Low Key or Pig Feet, and this is my opinion of the situation or my assessment of the current actions. People will start to, my opinions will hold more weight because people will think that I am someone that's coming from a place of expertise. And you want that label to pretend like you have some sort of expertise. You don't, so you can like try to rule over everyone with your opinions. And there are some people out there that might actually listen to what you're saying every time you go live or on a panel because they're like, well, she's a psychologist, so I'm going to listen to what she says. I'm going to take her advice. I'm going to follow her advice. And it turns out that that's not right. Shout out to Pig Feet. Thank you so much for renewing your membership. So let me read a couple of comments and then get off here. Lennox says, oh, Polly, you dumb like a brick. So I see some 2s in the chat. But yeah, we're not gonna put up with no fake psychologists, fake therapists. And please, if you get on here, no one's gonna really believe you because like we're sick of it. Like I don't know about y'all, but I'm sick of this fake psychologist, fake therapist stuff. It's like everybody wants to be a psychologist or therapist. That is like a dream job for a lot of people. But if you're not that, you're not that. If you didn't go to school for it, you don't have the credentials or the license, stop pretending to be a psychologist. But I think that's a dream job for a lot of people in this sector. I'm a psychologist. I went to school for psychology. Now, I will say that she, it looks like she does have a bachelor's in psychology, but that's just taking regular not graduate, but that's just taking regular classes. Like, psychology 101, just like their prerequisites or just a regular generic basic classes. It's not no graduate level classes or no clinicals or anything that's going to actually get her anywhere. It just means that she spent a lot of time in her bachelor's degree taking like psychology classes and things like that. And then some of the core classes, sociology, humanities, just the basic general, psychology isn't, you know what I'm saying? So please stop. Julie says, who in their right mind would believe her? She says she's a neuroscientist. Yes, exactly, Oneida. Probably don't know about soul food, child. Carmen Buffalo says a real one would not even mention it in chats because of potential consequences. Exactly. Jojo says Polly Pecker's head got too big. Just be lying. No licensed psychologist behave this way. Anyways, I will see y'all in the next live. Hit that like button and replay and have a great rest of your Sunday. Psychology is, all night reader says psychology is one of the most common majors. Yes, exactly. A lot of people get their degree in psychology, or their bachelor's degree in psychology, and then they move on to that can be used for a lot of different jobs or occupations. As long as you have a bachelor's degree, you can say you have a bachelor's degree. And some people go on, and by the way, some people they go on to try to be a psychologist, but the thing is, once you have your bachelor's in psychology, some people go the mental health route and go into mental health counseling, and instead, so they can have a private practice or just go into mental health in general, and that will be like a master's level. Some people want to be a psychologist, but they don't realize that once you get your bachelor's degree in psychology, in order to get into a PhD program or a graduate program for psychology, those are hard spots to get. There's only, and a lot of those graduate programs, they only have about 12 or 13 students or 15 students or 10 or even less that they admit every year. So you have to fight. You have to have a high GPA or fight for those spots to get in those spots for a lot of graduate programs. So not everyone that finishes their bachelor's degree in psychology will be able to actually meet the qualification or get the qualifications to get into that PhD program. And that's why some people actually go into mental health counseling instead, because that's easier to get into than a PhD graduate program in psychology or any of those other programs. And to be honest, sometimes mental health will probably be better for some people as far as, if you listen to some people and what they want to do with their degree or with their actual career, a lot of those people really don't want to be a psychologist. That their real focus or interest is actually being a counselor. Yeah. Instead of so then that would be a better route. So sometimes it's good to say, what do I really want to do? And that goes into a different thing. But yeah, with a BA and a bachelor's degree in psychology, you can use that for different jobs, because some people only really care as long as you have a bachelor's degree, and then also you can use that psychology degree that you at least went to school for that. Yeah. I don't, people just want to be that. And based on that, it looks like she probably wanted to be a psychologist, and she probably didn't have, I don't know, her GPA or whatever. Whatever happened, she probably didn't get into no graduate program for psychology. So she went for a counselor instead. And then it doesn't even look like she completed that counselor program or got licensed for the counselor program even. Right. So then now she's just kind of like wishing that she had that, and she's lying about having it. And you're pop now. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, y'all have a great rest of your day. Bye.